Era, run that! What up, man? The one and only DJ Holiday in the building, and this is my guy right here, NewEraTV. I just smashed it with an amazing interview. And shout out to my girl, Young Shana, director, man. Hottest on the camera, behind the scenes, definitely going crazy. Y'all know what it is, man. Holiday season in the building. Mixtape King, all that good shit. Open the show, Let's go. Listen to your goddamn director, boy.
Action. All right, back again, NewEraTV, iHeartRadio, CBA Studios. In the building, man, with one of the biggest mixtape DJs/DJs.
Keep going.
Of our time, man.
What else?
In Georgia right now, in an undisclosed location. When I pulled into this man's neighborhood, it's definitely motivating me to want to keep going and keep doing my thing, man.
Yeah.
I look up to this guy. The commission god, mixtape god is in the building. DJ Holiday is here.
Welcome, guys.
What's popping, man?
How y'all doing?
All right, so you gave out some ways that you get money out here, man. So take me to the start. Like, how did DJ Holiday come about?
DJ Holiday came about full football scholarship to college. You know, that was always the goal, man. Whatever my mindset was, it was to be the best, you know. Of course, I ain't number 5'9", 5'10" on a good day. So, you know, football wasn't, you know, it was a goal at one point in time, you know, but when you around a motherfucker who really going to the league or who faster, stronger, bigger, and just naturally just country big and just football, oh my God, it's just, you know, you don't even stand a chance. So it's like, once that set in my mind, then I kind of turned my attention to music. And you know, it was crazy. I'm a mass communications major when I went to Fort Valley State. Shout out to my alumni out there.
Fort Valley, okay.
When I went there, mass communications was just something that I fell back on. Cause like I said, my mental was just football. So, but you know, I just fell in love with the equipment. I fell in love with the process of it, you know, and I just became a fucking just all around hustler in the building, bro. Like, I wanted to know everything. I wanted to know everybody's position. I wanted to do everything there. So, you know, what started it was really, man, me throwing parties at my college. You know, I would steal the DJ equipment and DJ on the campus, like early in the morning. I would call it early bird mix. Okay. But I would be live, like, on the yard.
On the yard, early in the morning.
Oh, while niggas is like brushing their teeth in their dorm, I would be on the yard DJing.
Sound like some school days shit.
Yeah, I would be DJing like in the middle of the yard, but I threw parties. I was able to get this house with my work steady job, and I rented it with this other guy, and I just threw parties, man, like every weekend. So after the football games, I would throw like the craziest parties, and them shits got bigger and bigger and bigger, but it was like locally big. It was so funny because we was just some real hustlers, man. Like, I remember, like, say like you and her are not like getting along and everybody knows it on campus. I would make y'all like box in my living room.
That's how, damn, what kind of parties these is?
Y'all niggas was fighting. Like,
hold on, was you charging niggas to get in?
Yeah, $5. And hold on, then my partner in the back cooking hot wings and French fries, and then we had this big ass tub of shit called blue juice.
It sound like a hood party, goddamn.
I mean, it was a hood party, but the whole method and the training of that was saying this was a business, and I'm making $1,500 doing this shit, and everybody fighting to come to my parties and shit in the house. It got bigger and bigger and bigger, man. So, you know, when I put that towards my music, I didn't want to DJ the parties. I would hire somebody, but the nigga wasn't playing the right music.
Right.
Because I'm from Atlanta, so I know what's supposed to be played, but he just wasn't playing the right music. So then I asked him, I was like, yo, man, teach me how to, you know, scratch on them turntables and shit like that, and da-da-da-da-da. So, you know, that's kind of like that was my introduction to it. But being DJ Holiday, that came from, I stayed like on campus during the holidays, and I didn't want to go home. I like college, you know, but
Shit, you want to go home on a holiday? So Thanksgiving?
No, like Thanksgiving I did, but not like Christmas. I would come like the day of.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I wouldn't, but I like people would leave like a week before, 2 weeks before, and then go home, and I wouldn't do that. And you know, I would work in the radio station. I used to, like I said, throw parties and DJ still for all the people who couldn't go home. And I remember this girl called up, and she was just like, "Oh my God, that was the best party I ever been to." Da 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 da. It's just like you always represent for everybody for the holidays and shit. And the holiday name just kept sticking. You know, and I played with a whole bunch of other names, but I thought Holiday was hard.
What other names before Holiday though?
Oh man, they were horrible. Like DJ Fist, DJ One Up. I was big up on Mario Brothers and shit. I don't know, it just whack shit. Yeah, that was horrible.
Would you book a DJ Fish, Sean?
Yeah, hell nah. And a lot of y'all niggas need to like, you gotta think about that shit, man. Even if for the young DJs, like, your career is based off your name, bro. You gotta have a cool ass name.
Exactly,
And I thought Holiday just flowed because it's like it sound good when a bitch say it. It sound good like if I fuck with the right street nigga and he say my name right, then it'd be a hard name. Oh yeah.
Exactly,
So when I line myself with the right people and shit, it just flowed. But DJ Holiday, that was the birth of it. It started from kind of like that whole world.
Man, Fort Valley, Fort Valley is big for having parties.
Yeah.
HBCU, right?
Yeah.
So you was around the Greeks and all that shit.
Yeah, man. I almost pledged Q, but I ain't.
Okay, you done come on over here, man.
I almost did. I didn't get down with the whole concept of me
Pleasure?
beat my ass for no. I'm not paying you to beat my ass. And then learn some shit I really don't want to learn. I got some crazy stories. Like I've heard that I don't know if every fraternity haze and shit like that, but in Fort Valley I heard they haze.
So you wanted to pledge Omega Psi Phi?
Yeah, that was my first.
Talk about this, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You a Kappa?
I'm an Omega.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm an Omega. So what made you want to do that out of every fraternity on their yard? What stood out about the bros?
Niggas parties was lit.
Okay.
And they had like the Deltas and all the Deltas was fine.
Okay.
And the AKAs was cool, but they was like uppity chicks.
Not all AKAs are uppity.
No, all of them, but the ones that I'm just speaking, like I said, when I went to college, like all the AKAs were like pretty little, but I like a girl with a little mouth. You know what I'm saying? And all the Deltas were like cute, bad chicks that like ran track and shit and played basketball, but they had like a little mouth on them and shit.
DJ Holiday wanted to be an Omega, yo.
But listen, you can ask any nigga who know me from Fort Valley. I really, really tried to do that shit.
Wow.
And I just.
We'll talk about that shit out.
Yeah. But it was cool though, man. I appreciate all the guys who I almost made line with. But what's so fun? But what's so funny though? What's so funny that they see me now and they be like, "Boy, you still my line brother?" And I be like, and they tell people like, "Yo, Holiday was online with us and he stopped doing it."
Oh, hold up. So we'll talk about that all camera.
Why?
No. So did you have to? So you was online.
I was online once, yeah.
And did you drop? You dropped line.
I dropped because I had a bad attitude, man. Yeah,
oh man, you supposed to see it through, Holiday.
I know, but that mentally I wasn't there, bro. I just didn't. Them niggas like really picked on me. I told you this was in the era of like I threw them parties, so them niggas was like, "Oh, you already think you the shit," and they didn't like that.
So look at it like this, man. One thing I learned about being in a fraternity, once that wood hit your ass, you gonna quit?
No, I wouldn't have did that.
Yeah, exactly.
I was big on all that crazy shit.
Right.
So I did some wild shit for them niggas, but at the end of the day, like I said.
Let me say this: Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated is a non-hazing fraternity.
Yeah,
we do not haze.
For sure.
We do not haze.
Just the niggas I was with.
DJ Holiday is here. NewEraTV, the commissioner God is in the building, man. All right, so you finished college, and you link up with another DJ by the name of DJ Drama. Now, I interviewed DJ Drama on a Zoom, and I dropped your name out there. And, Drama cool now. But he said some slick shit.
What did he say? I want to
see
with some shit?
Nah, he said, Holiday, that's my son.
Oh, my God.
So what's your relationship like with Drama, and, like, how did you get a chance to work?
He said my son?
And look, man, I can send you the link. And you can look at it. I'm like, I said, oh, shit.
That nigga said my son?
That's my son.
Damn, Drum, I thought we ended that shit, man, years ago. Listen, man, I talk to Drum at least once a week, and it's always been a big brother, little brother shit. I don't know where he get, I might have, got the big head a couple of mixtapes and said some slick shit, and he might have thought I was talking about him, which I wasn't. Like I said, I just, I'm on my way, so I'm having fun. I'm just talking to any nigga that's in my way.
Gotcha.
And, he the big dog, so maybe he thought I was talking about him, but I really was talking about anybody who just fit the criteria of what I was speaking on. So, he called me a couple of times and we had our little fights and shit and fussing and shit, but I wasn't never talking about any DJ. I just wanted to be the best. But Drama, for sure, is the only reason, him and Clue are the only reason I did this shit. because at the end of the day, Trap or Die was a Bible for me.
Mm.
All the Clue shit was a Bible for me. And once I kind of figured out the blueprint of how they got money doing that, that's when I had to do it.
Gotcha.
So, he is gonna teach me always. But that's my bro, man.
So how did that holiday tag come about with Drama's voice?
I made that nigga go in the studio and say that shit because I was like, yo, who did yours? Lil Jon did his.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I want a nigga like you to do mine. So he did mine. I just made him do that shit. So
Right, because he put something up on Instagram around Christmas time, and it said holiday season, and he put in my voice. I'm like, this nigga, he taking shots or something?
Nah, man. Listen, every time he say some slick shit, everybody DM me and say shit. But me and Drama, what y'all don't know, like me, Drama, and Scream, we all talk all the time. We're good friends. We share information about, financial stuff and just how to stay current and hungry and focused and, keep getting money. And
I used to think it was a competition thing between,
Never.
you, Scream, and Holiday, because you had a mixtape series called Holiday Season.
Mm-hmm.
I think you stopped at Volume 4, if I'm correct. I used to download all
the early ones. We stopped at 4 because once the Gucci was like my first one that kind of took off. A funny story, this guy named Crew, he had this CD shop on the east side in Decatur, and he used to let me come in there and put my mixtapes in the front of the store. That's where everybody's shit was. Of course, it's Dramas, it's Clues, it's Master Flexes, Who Kid and people like that and shit. But my shit was like, I used to beg that nigga, like, leave my shit right here. It was just like Holiday Season 1, 2, maybe 3. But when I learned the game about having an exclusive record that nobody has, that's what make your shit jump up. So I think Holiday Season 4, I learned the game and I got a lot of, freestyles from niggas and shit like that. So I had to put some work in.
Like, I pay attention to that shit.
And that's when that shit kind of popped off. But then when I got that EA Sports in the mixtape, that's when my life changed.
Gotcha. EA Sports, that's why Gucci Man, right?
Yeah, that was the first one.
So you linked up with Drama, and he put you down with the affiliates.
Yeah, the affiliates, man, was a personal goal of mine. All my niggas from the east side didn't want me to do it because they thought I was big enough at the point to start my own DJ crew. But, I just, it's just like a kid growing up in Boston. He want to play for the Patriots. I'm like, I'm a DJ, nigga. Drama is this person to me. Nigga, hell yeah, I want to be an affiliate. I would love to do them drops. I would love to meet Cannon and be around Sense and all them niggas. And I did that, and I had my fun with it, and it was fun.
You still got your chain?
Nah, I don't have a chain. I bought it. I wore it a couple of times. I melted it down, and I think I turned it into a bracelet one time.
Really?
Man, I lost that.
Man, that's history though, Holiday.
I lost that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So did they get you one, or you went and got it yourself?
I think they paid half and I paid the other half.
That's some real DJ. So when they got caught up in their situation with the CDs and shit, how did that shape you with you being already a member of that crew?
Well, I don't think when I was there that happened. That was kind of like me still trying to get in the building. I was an intern at Hot 107.9 when that happened, and I just wasn't around, but me and Drama, was friends, and I checked on him and asked him, was he okay and shit, because, like I said, that shit was a full-fledged, working machine over there, niggas going in, niggas going out. That's how that shit was. So it was that was it, but it was in the back of the studio, so niggas just didn't go over there. You didn't go in that area, so you didn't know. But when I heard about the studio shut down, and Drama and Cannon got arrested and shit like that, it was crazy because we was like, wow, what happened? And, racketeering, all this bullshit. You don't understand it because you really don't know.
You don't know nothing about it.
Nigga, we just selling CDs, and I was plugged in. Like I said, once I got a tape that was good enough to be sold on a high level to the distributors, that's when I was able to go back there and talk to the right people and shit and get my shit out there. And I made a lot of money. Man,
shit, I would have loved to came up around that era, bro, because you had some OGs really schooling you and teaching you how to do the mixtape shit, man.
Yeah, man. When I tell you, man, that shit was real money. And you can salute to everybody who helped me from the beginning, man. I used to have CD packing parties at my condo. I bought my first condo when Bricks came out, and I got a check from that. I bought a condo downtown in Atlanta, and I bought a 350Z Nissan.
I remember seeing that shit in the video you put up one time.
And I bought that shit.
What happened to that car?
I don't know, sold it. But I bought that, and then but I used to have CD packing parties. I used to invite everybody from the club. I used to have Hot Wings and like Hennessy and shit, and we used to pack like 100,000 CDs.
Holiday the Turn Up King, goddamn.
Yeah, man.
So you worked with one of the biggest females in the game, Nicki.
Shout out to
You
Nicki,
did
what's
a Nicki Minaj mixtape.
Yeah.
What was it like working with her, and how did that come about?
Well, you know, I seen an interview the other day. Actually, I think on Drink Champs, they asked Drummer what was the tape that he missed out on, and I don't know if that's true or not. But Deb asked me. I was at the studio one day, and Deb was like, "Yo, can you kick it with Nicki and help her out?" And you know, so of course I'm gonna do that.
Right.
You know, studio and all that stuff and da 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 da. I mean, I could imagine that she would do a Gangsta Grill, who wouldn't? But you know, at the same time, shout out to Drummer, I guess being too busy that day to do it and kind of overlook the process of that shit. So at the end of the day, I feel like that's what happened. But shout out to Deb and Nicki for trusting me to do the mixtape, and then I linked up with Trapaholics and we did our thing, man. So, but it was like a 2-3 week long process, and some of the footage is on YouTube.
To put together that tape?
Yeah, man, because she was real. I ain't know about that shit, bro. She was real. I don't know, man, because all that shit was from scratch. It wasn't like, she didn't have all that shit done. Like, and she was, she was ping-ponging back and forth between Lil Wayne and, signing with somebody else. And, she was getting beats from certain people, and, she was back and forth. And, like I said, it was just a long process, but, it was a great situation. Man. Safari was there, everybody was there, it was great, the way it came out. But like I said, even like her playing, it's like she played a song and Drake was on there, but nobody knew who Drake was. And I was like, who's that guy from Toronto? Right. And she was like, there's a kid named Drake that Wayne's son.
Wow, that's one of the biggest mixtapes, I think, to me, that you've done, literally, in my opinion. Number wise, and then how big she is now. You got to look back then.
Well, I mean,
you kind of put her out there in that spotlight. You introduced her in a way.
Yeah. I honestly feel like she was already on her way, man. She could have did that tape with nobody, and that shit still was gonna go. Because she had the power and the muscle behind her, and everybody who was in line to work with her and sign her and shit. She was gravy, man. But,
gotcha.
I mean, I appreciate that. A lot of people do say that, and to this day, her fans are forever on my side. I got the bars lit, so.
I need to get the bars.
Shout out to the 12-year anniversary just came up too for that tape.
Look, we're gonna call Nicki Minaj after this interview. All right, we're gonna have a talk with her holiday. I'm serious about that.
Yeah.
All right, so fast forward, man. You link with one of the biggest artists. I'm gonna say from Bessemer, Alabama.
Bessemer.
Cause that's where that nigga from originally.
Yeah.
Gucci Man.
Yeah.
What was it like working with that guy? How did you get that relationship with him?
I got the relationship. I used to beg Zaytoven could I come to his house and just kick it in the studio and be a sponge and be a fly on the wall. And because Zay's house was the spot, man. His mama house rather, in the basement. And everybody you could name, man. I met Player Fly there. I met A-Ball MJG there. Yeah. I met everybody there. And then, like I said, this is his mama's house. Mm-hmm. And in the basement, nigga, you could see your favorite rapper just rapping in Zaytoven's house, like shit. And his mama forever is legendary for that. You know what I'm saying? But Gucci, he used to be there, and I used to tell the nigga, like, yo, I need an exclusive ass song for my mixtape, nigga, so I can make some money and sell this tape. They gonna put my shit in the front of the store. And he's like, yo, come by the studio and just hang out, man. I asked him. I was like, cool. He do like 6 songs a day, so he might give you a throwaway. Cool. So I go over there. We see a white Hummer, nigga, pull up. White Hummer was there, pulled up, just there every day. And I begged him. I was like, look, man, just give me one song, He gave me one song. I put on the mixtape. That shit blew the fuck up. It helped my shit out a lot. Then I begged him for a real mixtape. I was like, yo, man, just me and you. Right. I said, man, help me build my brand, man. Like, nigga, I want to be like Clue, And he did that. And we built that from there. And every day, every night was just help Gucci be the biggest artist in the world. And that's all we did.
The mixtape shit was raw back then.
Yeah, man, that's where we took it from, bro. That was always the goal. And I commend everybody out there, man. Like I say, all the relationships I have, And I was telling you this off camera that you have to get those relationships from the start, man. You know, I don't think anybody's ever gonna, like, if you're a producer right now, you looking at this interview, Drake is not gonna rap on your beat, man. You know what I'm saying? You need to go find another Drake and build him up and make him a Drake. That's the best success in the situation, I promise you. So Gucci, nobody knew Gucci like that. He had like 1 or 2 songs in the clubs and shit, but he wasn't Gucci Man, wasted and everything else, you know, at that point. Waka was nobody. OJ was nobody. You know, Nicki was nobody. Like, but you got to believe in these people before everybody else do. And commend yourself, man. Find your niche, find your pocket, and roll with it and see what happens. I just happen to be blessed enough to roll with like 6, 7 artists that actually made themselves something.
But that Brick Squad was a fucking machine, bro.
Yeah.
A machine, man. So, correct me if I'm wrong on this. You have, and I tried to look this up to make sure I'm right, but there's so much shit online, man. Gucci Man mixtapes, was it a total of 8?
Me?
Solid, yeah, just you as the DJ.
I don't know.
Shit, that's how I know you. That's how you know you did so many of them.
And I'm gonna give you an exclusive. I've never listened to any of those tapes.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I've never listened to a tape I've been on.
Man, get the hell out of here. I find that hard to believe. And I'm a DJ and I put together mixtapes.
If a DJ plays it in the club, fine. But I watched this cool ass interview with God damn it, who was that? One of them white actors, man. It could have been Harrison Ford or somebody crazy like that. But I just thought it was so cold that he said, like, I've never watched none of my movies. And I was like, dog, you're you though.
But when you're putting together a tape.
No, I listened to it then.
Yeah, but after it's over with.
After it's over with, I've never got in my car and said, let me listen to myself and Gucci Man. I've never did that in my life, like ever.
This is my first time hearing that because when I put together a mixtape for an artist, I'll listen to the whole tape to see what songs I want to do some on, and then boom, 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 boom. Then put it out there on live mixtape.
The process for me is the songs get sent to the studio, my engineer get them, he listens to them, some need mixing, he cleans them up. I listen to them, I digest every song, think about what I could say on it that might relate to it, and then I do that, and then it goes to mix and mastering, and then that's it, and it goes, sends back to the distributor. I've never, but like I said, I've never like had the CD of Writing on the Wall and put it in there and say.
What? And that was probably my favorite too, Writings on the Wall 1 and 2. My favorite ones.
I've never listened to it.
All right, so the Burr print, the one y'all did, was it 2D or was it, 3D? Yeah. Okay, 2D. The one where he got, where he did the phone call from jail.
Yeah.
So how did y'all put that shit together right now?
Coach K used to call him on the phone and he's like, yo man, tell Holiday I want to knock out such and such and such tapes while I'm in here, just to stay consistent in the streets, because, you know, at that time, like I said, you got to stay consistent. So I'm in the clubs, I'm, you know, traveling and shit, because it's like, yeah, you can't get Gucci, man, but you can get DJ Holiday. And he's like, you know, $10,000 cheaper. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm getting all that money and I'm traveling and I'm playing the music, I'm playing the mixtapes, and you hear, this is the voice of what you hear and you ride to. So, you know, that was a great situation. But no, Coach K was the one that kind of glued that in. He used to call and, you know
that's some real shit, man.
That was it.
I used to always say I wanted to have an artist of that caliber to help when it comes to like me getting booked, because I've actually checked the Instagram out, you know, way back. You've done shows overseas. Yeah. You've done a lot of shit. So would you say most of your gigs that you get from, not in Atlanta, but overseas and other markets, come from what you've done on a mixtape level?
Yeah, man. You know, I've never thought of myself as no local DJ, man. You know, to get out there, you know, I would salute anybody. Like I say, you have to find some type of situation where it's gonna, you gotta get your shit to the masses. Like I said, if you that dude and you popping in LA or Miami or whatever like that, if you ever want to get to a national level where people are booking you in other cities and shit, and I can commend myself, like I said, you see who is moving around, people like myself in drama and people like that, you know, but also you got to be a dope ass DJ, and you got to have your shit on lock in your city too. So, you know, if somebody gets to, you know, be in your city, and your city one of them type of cities where niggas come party and shit, you know, you rocking the party, and on top of that, you dope and you got a name, nigga, they gonna want you to come to their city and do the same thing. So that was my whole position with that, man. Like, that's how I feel like I got my shows. And then also, you know, I was hustling too, man. Like when Gucci had shows in other cities when he was out and we doing shows and shit, you know, this is the little small stuff that counts. I would go meet the promoter, talk to him, you know, make sure he get a picture with the artist. Make sure he, you know, he good. And who's the local joker who popping out here? Tell that nigga I want to play a song, give it to me. You know, and build them relationships, and they will always bring me back after. You know.
That's a hustle, goddamn. Sound like some shit I'd be doing, goddamn.
But you got to do that though, like you know, and that's like, I tell that to any artist that's a DJ for an artist. You know, don't just be his DJ. You know, if y'all got a good relationship, you know, cool. He ain't on no funny shit like you can't be shining over him or whatever like that. But I think that was always my goal, man. Like not just to be Guwap's DJ. Great situation, great opportunity, by all means. But it was always a bigger plan to you know, stand on my own too.
What was give me one crazy story you have Gucci Man on the road.
I got 100,000 of them shit.
Give me one solid one. One solid good.
One solid one. We was in the club one night. I forgot what city it was, but Birdman was there. Everybody was there. It was crazy, and this fan, he was just extra super crazy drunk, and he was like trying to dap us up, but like the velvet rope was kind of separating everybody and shit, and you know, Gucci was already on his shit. Like, you know, he was tired, you know, but it was a walkthrough, so he had to go pick up like $30,000.
For a walkthrough?
Fucking right. And you know, we were just there, and the guy was just being hella aggressive and shit like that. And then I think you know, he kind of like pushed himself over the velvet rope and knocked over shit, knocked over our table, and knocked over bottles and shit. There was security from the club, and our security stomped his ass out. And then the whole club kind of like broke out in a big ass fight, but me and Gucci just looking at each other. So we just walking over niggas fighting this shit, and we just go to the back door and we just leave out, and we just die laughing because it was so funny because everybody in the club fighting, but nigga, we just laughing because ain't nobody touch us, and we just walk out the back door and go to the hotel, and that was it.
Hell nah.
But it's been I got so many stories, man. You know, that was a funny ass night though.
How did you take OJ the Juice Man's situation when he said you know, what he said about Walker's people?
I mind my business, man. You know, I don't know paperwork and shit like that. You know, I don't know that situation and how it panned out. You know, I know Deb was there to help everybody, and double salute to Deb forever for you know, even believing in me to, you know, trust me to do mixtapes with all her artists and shit like that, from Wu to, you know, Walker to, you know, which is her son, and you know, everybody, man. You know, with that situation though, like I said, I done signed multiple contracts. You know, some of them I knew that was okay, some of them I knew that was fucked up, but I needed money at that time or whatever like that. So, but nobody, I'm a grown man, nobody made me sign anything. So at the end of the day, you know, you sign what you want to sign.
Right.
You a fool if you ain't got your own attorney when you signing the contract. Anyway, I just showed you a contract.
You just showed me that.
But my attorney sent me that, not that artist's attorney. But you know, that's just what you got to be smart about the business. But like I said, it's a learning process, man. You know, I don't know his business. I don't know the paperwork. I don't know what was going on. But I know Deb had no ill intentions to try to, you know, fuck nobody over and shit like that. But, you know, I love OJ too at the same time. It's my dog, and, you know, we made a lot of history too, man, with them Atlanta and Alaskas and shit like that.
Yeah, that was some cold shit right there.
Yeah, man.
You know, the way the intro, well, to get off subject, when it came to the OJ tapes, every fucking song that started off the tape that you talked on just made me want to just listen to the whole tape. Because I would listen to a mixtape based off of to see what the DJ gonna do. And you had a way of bringing on the mixtape with your tags and all that stuff. And then your mixtape voice was like, damn, okay, so Holiday been coached to the T.
Yeah, man, you know, it was a real process. Like, you know, a lot of artists, man, you know, you might just think of like doing a mixtape is just like, all right, doing a mixtape, you go in there, you rap. Man, I used to treat that shit like a nigga, my like a Grammy was on the line. And I used to be like, yo, you gonna let me be creative? You gonna let me like just do this I'm talking about a nigga would play me his songs, and I'd be like, nah, man, we gotta do an intro from scratch. We gotta, you know, you gotta talk about this. Nah, you gotta talk about that. Like, 3 of them songs can't be on the list. Like, I treat my whole process as a layout. Like, you want weed? I got weed. I got liquor. You want girls? Let's get some strippers in here. Let's lock in for a week. Let's get a vision board, and let's write down the songs and 1 through 20, and let's go. Cause I like that environment, you know, and that's what I did with every mixtape. Like, we really live that shit. Like, this is an album. You know what I'm saying?
Mixtape God in here, man. One mixtape that made me say, damn, Holiday is that guy. Wiz Khalifa tape.
Yeah.
And then I looked up, I want to say it was a couple months later or a year later, Drama had a Wiz Khalifa tape. So what made Wiz run with a holiday season? Do you know a holiday season tape first before he went and got a Gangsta Grill tape?
Man, look.
That was big now. That was some big shit.
Drama, you can call me your son, but I won up on your ass on that one anyway. I got a story about that too. Okay. So, Cushion Orange Juice comes out.
Okay.
Arguably the best mixtape
ever. Right.
From what I I love Trap or Die, but Cushion Orange Juice, I still listen to that shit to this day. Yeah. Like right now.
It's a vibe, man.
A vibe forever. Right. And I fell in love with Wiz Khalifa from that moment because heavily I'm in Pittsburgh doing parties. They eat my mixtapes up like fucking crack. But Wiz Khalifa is this guy I keep hearing about, but he's not going to the black local clubs and he's not that type of artist. This is when I'm learning about the hipster crowd, the pop crowd or whatever, and that's what he on. But I know he still be talking that shit I like to hear. So that's a relationship that I matured from the beginning. Literally, I worked that motherfucker. Big. Like I met his team, I got cool with his team. If they were doing something, I'm supporting them and shit like that. And this is to the test of time forever. Wiz Khalifa, I invite him to a Diddy party in Atlanta. Diddy's there, Chris Brown's there, Trey Songz there, T.I.'s there, everybody's there. But Wiz Khalifa comes in. He's not huge
at the time.
It's Cushion Orange Juice. It's rolling papers and shit like that is out. Okay, but it was. Okay. But I play his shit for the next 30 minutes. Okay. I don't give a fuck who's in there, cause I really like this motherfucker. Wow. And that night, that's when we became friends. Like, cause he was like, "Yo, you really fuck with me." I was like, "Bro, I think you are the shit." And then he invited me to his show, and I see all these white kids singing this nigga shit. This nigga look like a fucking like a rock star to me. No, for real. Like I ain't never been to no rock concert. I go to trap concerts. That's why I'm DJing half the time. But I'm seeing this motherfucker perform for all these white kids. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this dude? And then, I introduced him to some other producers and shit, and he ends up working with him. And I think that's when Cabin Fever 1 came out, and that shit was hard as fuck too as well. And Will hit me and was like, yo, Wiz wants you to do Cabin Fever 2. And I was just like, holy shit. Game changer. Yeah, big so, and to answer your question even earlier, that's one of my favorites. Okay, just because, and you wouldn't say that because you're like, oh, no, Nicki Minaj, Gucci, man. But that's one of my favorites because it's something that I foreseen and I worked towards and I built a relationship. And I love that story because I really did not think I would be able to work with that dude, but I really wanted to. And I did, and I ended up doing a tape with him, and I thought that tape was dope,
Big shit, man. The mixtape God is in the building. One last question, man. Well, talk to me about this 8019 Records.
Since 8019 Records is, let me see how I say it. It's a situation where I felt like I had to grow up. Stop being selfish about, the gift that I have and the blessings I have. I get so many artists that approach me with opportunities, man, ask me, help them, manage them, produce them, executive produce their projects, whatever. Same thing you're doing, all of the stuff we was talking about with the mixtapes and how important I think that stuff is, and I take it. But since 8019 was created, because I was just like, you know what, look, man, the next couple motherfuckers who really got my attention, I'm gonna really build a structured situation where they can get signed to me. And if it's a production deal, cool. If it's a management deal, cool. And whoever gets my attention, that's what I'm gonna sign. So that's why I created that. I wouldn't say it's no full-fledged running label at this point, but at the same time, it's my conglomerate. It's my team. I got a cool guy, Rodney Smith. His name is Ant. Everybody call him Ant, but he's the one that found Day Day. He worked with Nitty and a lot of other guys, man. He's my business partner, and he was one of us. We bought the studio together. We bought a studio in Atlanta and shit like that. Writers, you know, and we got this kid named Lil Crank who's 19, out of Cobb County, definitely crazy, going crazy, and then Jory. With the band, she never met it, and she's killed it. And then I got this kid named Mark Q.
Just like that, man. Commission God, DJ Holiday. Give out your social media. Tell folks how to reach you. Yeah. Give out your booking, man. Shout out J-Rock, too, man. That nigga be laying low in the background on so many pictures you post with him.
Oh, yeah. J-Rock is a good friend of mine, man. You know, he been with me from day one. I met him actually in college. He used to come to the parties, and, you know, he was like one of the smartest people I knew business-wise. He always was trying to make a dollar just like me. And, you know, I actually made him quit his job. He was a teacher.
You made him quit it?
Yeah, I told him, I said, if you want to fully be in music, man, you need to quit your job, nigga, because you can't be my teacher friend. Because he used to come to clubs like with polo shirts on, tucked in his pants, with fucking cargo pants and shit. You know, khakis like fuck.
That nigga was a basketball coach and shit like that.
He was a basketball coach, but I say he still was a teacher though.
Yeah, teacher.
But he used to come to my parties like at 12 o'clock, but he had to be at school like at 6 in the morning. But he used to come like, you know, like Jake from State Farm with the fucking khaki pants and shit. It was tucked in and I was like, but no, you asked him, I made him quit. I made him quit his job, and I was like, bro, you can get this money with me for real. And he did, and we started the commission together and all that stuff like that. So, and definitely, man, I want to say thank you for you, man, for your hard work and your commitment with the brand and shit like that, man. I appreciate you, man. You're doing some amazing things out there where you're from, and I told you, man, you just got to dominate your region, man, and go hard.
There it is, man. Not too many people can sit down with Holiday, man, in this location, man.
Yeah,
so
man, definitely not.
It's definitely a blessing to do this interview with you, dog.
I would have did it in my own studio, but it was booked.
Yeah, I was looking forward to the studio, but
well, look,
it's more personal right
listen,
here.
No. I would love for you to come back and do a piece on Crank and, you know, people like that, because Crank just finished up a record with PNB Rock, and he got a record with Lil Dirt, and you know, man, the little kid's about to go crazy, bro.
Put me on, man.
Yeah, so I definitely want you to link up with me. Y'all come to the studio and do whatever, man. Some vibing.
DJ Holiday, NewEraTV, iHeartRadio, CBA Studios. Follow him at DJ Holiday on
DJ Holiday. Make sure you follow me at DJ Holiday, like you said. Same as on Twitter. Make sure you listen to me on Hip Hop Nation, Sirius XM. I can't talk about the other thing I'm about to do, but that's coming.
You getting the bag?
Yeah, I'm gonna get another bag with some more radio people, and that's coming very, very soon. And I have a big, amazing project coming out. We just closed a deal pretty much this week, so can't wait for that too as well. But man, look, y'all know I ain't gonna stop, man.
This nigga hustling out here, bro.
Let's go, man.
This nigga told me everybody that live around here, he hustling.
Oh yeah.
We out, man.
Yeah.